course, it was a topic of great interest locally. And then when they quickly put Kilgore in jail,
Mm-hmm.
the jail was across the street on 10th Street from Ivy's Collegiate Pool Room, which is, back at that time, Bowling Green was dry, so it was okay for high school kids to hang out in the pool room. And we hung out at Ivy's Collegiate. And it had a ticker tape so you could get the baseball scores and all that kind of stuff. It was a sports place. But anyway, on one day a week was visiting day at the jail across the street next to the courthouse at that time. So we were in the habit of going over there and making a nuisance of ourselves, I'm sure, as we would wander through to look at the inmates. Particularly, we'd always go up and look on the floor where the women were to engage them in conversation. What'd you do to get in here? And all, which I'm sure irritated them. But anyway, we would go over to look at Kilgore. Now, he was in a cell that had a very small window, maybe 12 inches by 6 inches. Only one guy could stand up there at a time and look in there to see him. Well, at that time, he was letting his hair grow long, carrying a big book, and walking around the room, dragging a broom in one hand. The guys in the pool room thought that was more Roach K. Myers than Kilgore, that he was building his insanity defense. But anyway, we'd go over there every week and take a look at Kilgore. I remember one week, whoever was at the window, I can't remember, said, "Oh, he's gone, he's not in here." All of a sudden, up he jumps and whacks the window with his broom, and he scared a bunch of young boys to death that day. But people were horrified by it, but absolutely fascinated by the story, particularly as it developed and involved other people. I only knew Daggett. My paper route at that time went down Normal Drive, and Daggett and his mother lived at Colonial Court. Now, at the front of Colonial Court were two buildings, each having 4 apartments in it. They're gone, and I think the Confucius Institute or something's on that site. But if you go behind it, back at the back, was the 3rd building with 4 apartments, and it's still there. So you can see exactly what their residence looked like, and there are, maybe 6 little bitty freestanding houses in between. But anyway, he lived there with his mother. Apartment building on the left, he was downstairs right. And he was an early riser, so a lot of mornings, Mr. Daggett would be sitting on the steps out there waiting for me, and I'd bring his paper to him and talk to him a few minutes and so forth. It's a credibility issue, of course, with Kilgore, just as it is with our recent television hearings. And I guess I'm inclined to think that Daggett was more involved than just being, as he described him, a lover of Kilgore.